And the fallout continues for former National Security Advisor Susan Rice as the Daily Caller claims the Obama aide ordered spreadsheets on Trump transition team monitoring. One America's Kendall Ford has an exclusive interview with the Daily Caller reporter Richard Pollock.
You say that in her interview with Andrea Mitchell this afternoon on NBC, there was some differentiation when she denied those claims.
Yes, she was asked basically, did you produce any of these spreadsheets? And she said, absolutely not. I absolutely didn't do that. But actually, it was the intelligence agencies that were supposed to have produced the spreadsheets for her on targeted individuals who were also political opponents of the administration and of Hillary Clinton. And so I think that she sort of tried to slide that through. We'll have to see if she gets caught like she did in Benghazi, with the Benghazi interviews to all the 5 of the Sunday shows, which turned out to be patently false.
So in face value, she's really not lying. She says she did not prepare them.
That's right, she did not prepare them. She received them. She was a recipient, or what they call a consumer, of this information. So I spoke to the former U.S. attorney today, and he indicated that this denial would come as a surprise to many government officials who prepared dozens of spreadsheets. So if it's dozens of spreadsheets and there are multiple names on them, we're probably talking about a lot of people being surveilled by the Obama administration.
So what reason do you think, how did she know to ask for that unmasking, that unveiling?
Well, I think that the first thing was that there were targets that they were interested in. And so they had named targets. And when their name was pinged through the National Security Agency's signal intelligence, then those names automatically went into a system that probably were tied to the spreadsheets. And I think that that's what happened. So she must have had a group of names that she was interested in and others were interested in at the White House.
Now, of course, many people are now calling for her to testify. Do you think that she's in hot water?
I think that there are serious problems here. The first, of course, is her truthfulness. But the second is, if she has done this, if she was a party, if she has fingerprints on it, we're talking about real felonies here. We're talking about real crimes that were committed. I think her credibility is really called into play. I mean, she has been known as a partisan figure. Most national security advisors in the past have been foreign policy experts and who are really neutral, and they really give the best collective information from the Intelligence Committee. I think that she was a very partisan figure within the administration, and certainly her Benghazi experience and the Benghazi performance really, I think, bears that out.
Now, on March 22nd, she had an interview where she said she was completely shocked about Devin Nunes's revelations, his unleashing all this information, that she didn't know anything about it. Is that, does that have any value?
I think that denial is the only answer that she can have at this point. I might add, it's very interesting that when the ranking Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee read over this last weekend the evidence that the Trump administration has about this matter, he fell silent. His silence is deafening. He's no longer making these screams and these claims about all sorts of different problems. He basically said he cannot discuss it, and he seems very chastened. He seems somebody who is profoundly worried about what he actually saw. So I think that his silence speaks volumes also about the validity of the kind of intelligence that he saw and that Chairman Nunes saw.
What is the most important thing do you think the American people should know right now?
Well, I think that the American people, for good reason, have always been concerned about what we call Big Brother. The all-seeing eyes of the federal government. We saw that certainly with the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS sort of work on trying to deny various nonprofit status to conservative groups. We saw that in Watergate, which was a political spying case. I think that people are very concerned about our civil rights. They're concerned about our privacy, especially if we're innocent people, we've done no wrong. I think that this could be the civil rights case for this decade. Big Brother being used or abused by a group of partisans within the White House. I mean, one person I interviewed said that this could be truly a constitutional crisis, that this could be one that just sort of shakes the foundations of our democracy, that they can use and abuse secret agencies in order to spy upon honest, patriotic Americans. And I just think that that is something that should worry all Americans.
Do you think that the House can conduct a bipartisan investigation?
Well, I hope so. I hope that maybe Mr. Schiff's silence is a suggestion that he's gotten off of the partisan horse and he's going to realize that national security is at stake, that constitutional rights for citizens is at stake, that privacy is at stake, and that really fairness is at stake. And so hopefully, I think that Chairman Nunes has said that he hopes the entire members of the House Intelligence Committee, that all of the members of the House Intelligence Committee get to see this raw intelligence, this damning intelligence. I think that the Senate Intelligence Committee and its members should see it too. And then at that point, I think they should take action. I think some of it will probably be public hearings, and some of it will probably be closed-door hearings. But definitely the Congress has to get engaged if this kind of abuse was going on. I did see just before coming over here that the House Intelligence Committee has extended an invitation to Susan Rice to testify. I haven't seen whether she's replied. I hope she does testify, and I hope she testifies without the protection of immunity as well.
All right, well, thank you so much. Richard Pollock with the Daily Caller.